to a moment of harmony. I'm just getting us a little bit more situated. There we go. Welcome to another moment of harmony here on a Saturday at a regularly scheduled time. Now, the voice is struggling, as you can hear. So bear with me. I'm going to try my hardest to not make this be a long moment. Um, Child, your girl is tired, okay? I was starting to think like the moments need to be at the beginning of the week because come the end of the week, my little ticker is ticked out, okay? And now I'm struggling with all my exhaustion to get my words out. It's all right. We're going to go ahead and move through it. We're going to thug it out. We're going to give it our best shot. And we are going to have a phenomenal moment of harmony today. We are in our 40th week. Yes, I did the math. 40th week of manifesting more of our manifestation series here at A Moment of Harmony. Yes, we've been doing it for 40 weeks. Super duper excited about that. We are in our last week. Y'all, I'm pushing. But we're in our last week of our manifestation series. We are in our 40th week. It is our last week. It is the last week of my 30s. It is the last week of a lot of things for all of us. We have been on a manifesting journey, a manifestathon, okay? We've been moving through, pushing through, making sure we are manifesting more, making sure that we're not just walking into New Year's, walking into new seasons, but moving and growing into new directions and to next levels and better versions of ourselves. It's been real work. And I can tell from all the DMs and the updates that the real work is working for you. So we are going to continue that today with our manifestation moments. Today's episode is entitled Toolshed Titan. Toolshed Titan. All about how to be the most giant object in your tool belt. You, yourself, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, your feeling, your beingness. The most valuable thing you have in your toolbox. We're going to get into all of that today. Again, praying that you hear me well because I'm struggling, but I'm healing and I'm working through and we're working through it. So welcome, 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 and welcome. I'm trying to think if there's some birthday shout outs coming out. Next time you see me here on A Moment of Harmony, it would have, hi, peace. It would have been my birthday. So, Aqua Gang, gang, gang. Happy birthday shout out to DC. Birthday shout out to Moody. Happy birthday shout out. It's birthdays, okay? One thing about the Aquarius gangs, they coming in. Peace and welcome, welcome, welcome. Kingdom's birthday is Monday. So happy birthday 12th to my boy, my golden boy. Happy birthday to him tomorrow. It's just, the Aquarius are Aquariusing. So happy birthday to everyone. If it is your season, sending you love, sending you time to self-reflect. Happy birthday to Queen, whose birthday was yesterday. Sakurta's birthday. Happy birthday. Listen, they were coming in. They just keep coming into my mind. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, Mr. Carter. Yes, the countdown is on. So welcome to everyone. Blessings to everyone. If it's your season, I'm sprinkling you good reasons, okay? And we're going to go ahead into this moment today entitled Toolshed Titans. Now, we have been in a manifestation series, 40 weeks, I said, and we have been manifesting more. I've been working largely when it comes to the material that I've used in this series. And you know what? Normally I announce the next series before we end it, but I think you guys are going to get that on the last one. Welcome, welcome, Cammie. Nice to meet you. So normally I announce the next series. We got a next series coming, y'all. Isn't that crazy? 40 weeks together and manifesting. It'll be 41 weeks when we close out. Listen, if this were a baby at 40 weeks, you'd be ready to pop. You've been doing peace, beautiful, welcome. You've been doing 40 weeks. Yes, I did talk about my voice. Yes, I know the chat is going. I'm going. People are asking questions. But yes, the voice is struggling. I'm healing. I'm quite exhausted. I was saying earlier that I wish that my moments could be at the beginning of the week, because by the end of the week, my ticker is ticked out, okay? And I'm struggling, okay? So, quite exhausted, need great rest. But working on it. So, it is going to be harder to hear me. So sorry. Because that's the whole point of the moment. You got to hear what I'm saying. I was thinking about going on a little bit of a rest bench today, coming in tomorrow doing a Sunday moment. But I kept thinking, I keep on doing a Sunday moment. I know my people are waiting for their Saturday to come back. So we're going to work it out. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to depend on my will and spirit to push through, use my instrument, push it on through. So thank you for your patience and rocking with me. So yes, drinking tea. I've been drinking some tea. I'm definitely gonna get more tea in and some sleep. That's gonna happen today too. So, but yes, so we're in a manifestation series, working with the secret mainly, not only mainly, working with the secret, getting the material together for as it pertains to the law of attraction. To curate these moments, we've been working week by week in manifesting more, and we've been using some of our tools from the secret to do that. So I'm going to read the excerpt that today's moment is going to be loosely curated around, and then we're going to get into today's moment entitled Toolshed Titan, being the biggest, greatest, most valuable tool in your toolbox. You are. That's you. Toolshed Titan. We're going to get into that today. So I'm going to read really quickly. Going to be pushing it out. So, you know. All right. A vision board is a tool to help you create the image in your mind of what you want. As you look at the vision board, you are imprinting the picture of your desire in your mind. As you focus on your vision board, it stimulates your senses and evokes a positive feeling within you. Then you have the two elements of creation, your mind and your feelings, working in full force. So that's our excerpt today. And our moment, Toolshed Titan, is going to be loosely curated around that excerpt. Again, that excerpt comes from The Secret, Rhonda Byron, and all of the movies, documentaries, the stuff, all the stuff, okay? Interviews, all the secret stuff, right? And we're going to be taking all the tools, all the research, and we're putting them into practicality coursework, which is the moment of harmony, okay? That's the moment. Practicality coursework so that we have realistic vision, realistic views, and methods to change our thoughts, change our words, transform our actions, and create realities that we love. Isn't it time to live in the life that you love? It's beyond time. Like I said a little bit ago, it's been 40 weeks of manifesting more, and boy, has so much happened. We are in the last week of at least this coursework of manifesting more. We'll never stop manifesting, right? We're going to take all the things we've learned, we're going to take all of our time together, and we're going to be masters of manifestation. So we're going to be doing that. But as far as the moment of harmony goes, we're in our last week. Next Saturday, when you come together, we'll be closing out manifestation moments. We'll be preparing for a new series, and we will come together on all the things that we've created within self, for self, by self. Right? I love it. Toolshed Titan. Let's get into it. When it comes to what the excerpt talked about vision boards, it talked about why the tool of a vision board is so helpful to us, how it works. And in the excerpt, it details what's really working behind the vision board are two principles of creativity, which are your mind and your feelings. Your mind and your feelings. Thank you, Boo. They are what's really working the vision board. A lot of times when we get into manifesting, more, we get into wanting for ourselves, we believe that the tools we use are what are most important. I have this 555 journal. or have a vision board, or I do this meditation, or when I'm working out, I recite this mantra, right? We have all these things we do that we think are bringing in things to us. And that's why I want us to keep in mind today as we continue to manifest more. The MVP of your toolbox is you. There is nothing in your toolbox more important than your skill set, your confidence, and your experience of creation. Nothing. Nothing in your toolbox more important than you. A doctor, a surgeon, a musician, a carpenter, an architect, a mechanic. None of these entities have any tool that makes them magnificent, that makes them a master. What makes them the master of what they do is their own ability, their own gift and talent, their own work on self, their own beingness of who they are. The tools help. Say it with me, everyone. Tools help. Great. The tools help. You can't build a house without tools. You're not going to do open heart surgery without the tools. You're not going to orchestrate an orchestra or create in a band without your tools, your instruments. You're not going to do the work without your tools, but be not mistaken, the tools aren't doing the work. And that's one of the biggest misconceptions that we're going to work hard on today when it comes to manifesting more. One of the biggest misconceptions is our focus on what we use to get us where we're going instead of being the vessel that is getting us where we're going. The greatest tool in your tool shed, Ashe, the greatest tool in your tool shed is you. MVP, the greatest thing you'll ever work on to create in your life is you. Yes, blank canvas, mwah, sharp, a beautiful paintbrush, great. None of it matters without an artistically focused, incredibly wonderful artist. Artist, canvas, tool, paintbrush. When we manifest, understand that it works in that order. Actually, artist, tool brush, canvas. When it comes to your life and you want to manifest more, understand that the process is manifester. That's it. That's first. Manifester. Tools. Whatever you're using. Canvas. Life. Manifester. Tools. Life. And now we create. And these are what we need to create. Put me anywhere, in any situation, at any point of my life. And if I have these things down and I understand this divine order of manifestation, I can create. I create. So because I create, there is not a tool that creates for me. There is not a life that creates for me. I create. Your manifestation starts with you. Again, your tools help. When people come and have moments of healing with me, healing sessions, and they are Moment Harmony or Harmony, whomever people call me these days, right? And they're just like, I'm doing everything. I'm trying everything. I'm drinking more water. I'm working out. I'm reciting affirmations to myself. I'm listening to affirmations on the way to work. You know what I say? Great tools. Great tools. If you put scissors in the hands of a toddler, it doesn't matter what scissors can do. They become dangerous, counterproductive, and lackadaisy. If you put the tools in the wrong hands, it doesn't matter what tools you're using. What matters the most are the right hands, then the right tools to use on the right circumstances and situations. Order of operation for manifestation. So we'll get to that. Your instrument is only as powerful as you are. We all know people who are extremely talented, but they lack work ethic or what is the other thing? Stage presence. They lack focus. They lack confidence. So why? Why have a voice? Pun intended. Why have a voice? Why have this incredible gift or talent? Why have these abilities or capabilities? Why have these things? Because what matters is not the instrument. You are the vessel that the Creator chose to bring forth prosperity, life, and actualization. Ashe. I was listening to one of my many recordings that I listened to all week, and they referred to human beings as the God in motion. They said, and I love it, right? We in the physical realm are God's motion. We are how the Creator moves. So here you are as this incredible vessel for the motion of creation. All right, this for all the religious folk, all the folk that like to get caught up in, the technicalities and don't, right? Don't get caught up in it. What I'm saying is you are physical motion of creation. That's literally, as a living, breathing being, what we have come here to do. And I don't want us to lose sight of that. So if you are the vessel created from motion of life and creation, you are what has been come here to move life, create life, sustain life, heal life, grow life. You, as a living physical being, are that physical vessel for that type of power. Then understand that anything you touch, anything you think, anything you speak, all of these things are only as valuable, as impactful, as powerful, and as incredible as the vessel they come from, as the vessel that they are actualized through, right? So make sure that as you go on this, continue on this journey, long after this moment series is done, and we're into a whole nother series, when you go on and you are manifesting, please do not get in the middle of your day and get caught up on, do you have a car? Do you have finances? Do you have time to do this, and this for yourself? Meaning to recreate, to restore, to realign. Do I have the tools? And all I'm worried about is once I get the tools, once I get the things, once I get this stuff, I will create a better circumstance for myself. The creation starts with you. Shout out to Baba Imhotep, creator, created creation by becoming creation created, right? Creation starts with you. You are the titan in your tool shed. Of all the fancy things you can do, of all the fancy things you can acquire, of all the things you can learn, of all the things you can do for yourself and others, you are the most important tool. So, if I think about myself being the most important tool, the greatest instrument to my work, when I walk into, that means that when I build on myself. When I believe in myself. When I work on myself. There is nothing I'm going to invest in that's going to be more important than me. Again, yes, the car helps. Give thanks for resources, right? The car helps. The money helps. All of these things, because tools help, yes. But keep in mind, none of those things are going to get you to where you are going. Your most patient self, your most loving self, your wisest self, your most receptive self, your most elevated self. Nothing is getting you there outside of you getting there. You getting there is what gets you there. Ding, that's going to have to be a Harmony original to say that one. for Facebook. You getting there is what gets you there. So understand and keep it in mind that in my tool shed, I'm the Titan, right? I'm the biggest thing I have to work with. I am the greatest thing I have to work with. And just in you being the greatest thing you have to work with, just in you being the biggest asset that you possess, keep in mind that you also can be your biggest blockage. You can be your biggest defeat. You can be your biggest downfall. In the same way that you are the greatest asset, you can be the greatest distraction. Because when it comes to creation, I'm pushing y'all. When it comes to creation, it's you. It is all you. Your instruments are only as powerful as you are. Be well read. Be well informed. Be well rested. Be well hydrated. Be well loved. Because there is nothing that's going to come from you that's going to be better than you. So I want to be great so that all things I produce are great. The thoughts I put out are great. The deeds, the actions, they're bountiful, they're meaningful, they're sustainable. Because the source, right? The manifester, the artist, the paintbrush, the canvas. Please do not manifest backwards. Don't be out here hustling backwards. Don't be counterproductive to what you create for yourself. A lot of us are doing that. That looks like going after attention and external validation before you are settled and firm within yourself. That looks like going after approval or same as validation. That looks like when we're working backwards. That looks like looking at life and saying what life should be. I saw this post, I think it was this morning actually, that I loved. The post said, where I am now in my body, in my life, is I have moved from managing my body to listening to my body. And that's what I mean when I say when we're putting life first in the manifestation process. You can't listen to a life that you're not equipped to receive. You can't hone a life. You can't mold a life. You can't be patient, gentle, understanding, or developmental with a life you are not prepared to be in. We are set up in a society where we're dog tired, stretched thin, stressed out, and we think that to save ourselves and to heal ourselves, we have to go change life. Get a better job, get a better mate, change your hair, change your clothes, change your weight, right? Go after life. Manifestation is not canvas first. That's like an artist going to buy a canvas before they are skilled and before they have a paintbrush. Stop going after life first. Life is going to be the product. Listen, people, your life, the beautiful life, the organized life, the reciprocal life, it is the finished product of organized manifestation. You are not going to just say, you know what, I'm tired of this. And so therefore, I'm going to go move. I'm going to leave this job. Now listen, no one's saying that we don't change life. We must, right? We don't change life first. You change here first. I'm listening to myself. I'm going inside of myself. I'm setting protection around self. I'm building self so that self is strong, and I'm trusting self because self is right. And then I'm using my tools, time, energy, influence. I'm using my tools. And in that order, I can listen to the life that's saying it's time to move to a new chapter. It's time to expand here. It's time to settle here. It's time. I have to be able to do. So in order, like the post, In order to move life from a something that you're managing into something that you're listening to, you have to, I now become the solace that I seek. I hear differently. I now become the peace that I'm after. I am different. I now become the wisdom that I have been waiting for. I am. And because I am, I now can do tools. And because I can do, I can create manifestation. Okay. Y'all got the equation. Y'all got the equation. Let's move on to the next thing, right? Most powerful instrument in your tool. You are your Toolshed Titan. You. Toolshed Titan. That's you, shorty. You're your Toolshed Titan. You are the greatest asset you have in your toolbox. Keep always know that. Always work from that perspective. Always move from that direction. Oh, but I need this thing. Oh, I need these people. Oh, but I have this vice and this addiction and this problem. It's stopping you from growing the most powerful change agent in your life. There is going to be nothing that transforms you more than you. Don't let it stop you. Work as hard as you can to understand. What did Jay-Z say? You made me, make another me. And even though that's one of my favorite lines in the history of rap, but even though it sounds cocky, what it's saying is I understand that it is not the house that made me. It is not the family that made me. It is not the school that made me. These were tools that I utilized as a manifesting masterpiece. As a creator, these were blessings set in my path, mercy, grace put here for me to grow and create a life out of who I am. Now, we're not arrogant. We're not saying that people don't pour into us, people don't love us. These are blessings. But understand that blessings do their part in chapters for you to grow and become the Titan. No one is pouring in for you to just stay a lake to be poured into. You're being poured into to become an ecosystem, to become precipitation, rain, right? And sea. You're being poured into to maximize yourself. If there's anything that you think is one thing you think you need to maximize yourself, you are confusing the tool and the manifester. If there is anything that's making you feel like you shouldn't go no further than this, your life doesn't need to be any better than this. I'm not talking about gratitude. I'm not talking about being content. I'm not talking about humility. These are all different strengths that come with you understanding how powerful you actually are, how much you actually need. What I'm saying is when we get frozen in the possibility of manifestation, we get stuck at a place because we feel like, I need this other thing. I need this next level of something. I need something that's going to come, that's going to allow me to create more. You are thinking counterproductively. You need to center what is it that's blocking me from truly believing that I can bring. So this is what I mean. We'll say things. I need this PhD. I need this credential, whatever it is. I need this credential. I can't do more, so I'm stuck at this one job. I'm stuck in this one place because I need this credential. We'll focus on the credential. I need this credential. I'll need this. Hey, Sissy Pooh, I'll need this credential. When in reality, you need to be the person that is in the position to grow into receiving the blessing of this credential. That's what you need, right? And so understanding that when we are going again after the canvas, we are in out of divine order of manifestation and it's working against us and it's not keeping us moving, right? You are the most powerful instrument. Yes, to have credentials, great. To have a husband, wonderful. A wife, great. Family, oh, so nice. Friends, great. Healthy connection, vocation, health, oh, to have all of these things are great. But you don't need any of these things to get any of these things. That's what I'm saying. You don't need other things to get these things. You need other versions of you. You need other versions of you. So, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, why do we struggle with keeping in mind, with working from the center point position that we are the most valuable tool in our toolbox? Why do we struggle with that? We come from a society, we are groomed, Mommy Mercy, we're groomed in a society, we are developed in a climate. I know, I need a medicine ball too, sis. Oh, come on. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do when I get done with my moment. Gonna go get that medicine ball because I'm struggling. Okay. From Starbucks. Hey, come on, Starbucks, promote, do something with your girl. You know, make me a ambassador. Okay? Okay, back to the moment. Now, we come from a society. So here's the thing. When you are coming from a place of capitalism, consumerism, when a society's base and foundation lacks morality, spirituality, humanity, etc., right? When you have a society that lacks all of that as a human spiritual being, the only way to gain the capital means I need to get I need to capitalize. I need to get the most benefit out of something. In order for them to get the most, I see you, sissy. In order for a capitalistic society to thrive, it needs to profit the most. The society needs to profit the most. Not the people, not the spirit, not the human, not the health, not the body, but the society, right? It'd be different again. We're a moralistic society, then the morals need to profit. We're a spiritual society, the spirituality needs to profit. But in a capitalistic society, most profit goes to the capital. What I can gain, what I can profit, what I can gain, what I can get. And in this term, we're talking commerce, commodity, economics, you know, all that. Profit over people. You got it, sis. Because that is the society we have grown in, what this society is able to do to us as Gianyame, right? As a being of oneness with creation and God, whatever name, spirit, source you choose to use, source energy, as a spiritual being, right? I have come innately equipped with the abilities of praise and worship. I do not mean that from a subservient point of view. I don't mean that from a inferior perspective. In the way in which, and I have to clarify that because religion has been pushed that way for a long time, right? In different arenas, in different circumstances. I'm not meaning that from inferiority or subservient. What I'm saying is that as a praise and worshiper, as a being of light and spirituality, and what I mean by praise and worship, because I know we are defining everything religiously the way we were taught. But I want to be clear. When I say praise and worship, I mean someone who has reverence and humility for love, life, and spirit. So because I have that, I'm innately equipped to humble myself to a oneness. Okay? I am innately equipped to humble myself to reverence, appreciation, gratitude, that spiritual beingness. That means that I don't come onto this earth or this land or any area that I am to control, destroy, or overpower. I come to be one. I am respectful of the water, right? Of nature. I am one with nature. When I walk into a forest, I am humble to the ecosystem I am in. The forest does not bow to me. The forest is one with me. I know y'all, stay with me. I'm going in a lot of directions, right? Because we have this innate spiritual beings. I'm being clear, y'all. Now, don't come talk about, well, that's not everybody. I'm talking about the conflict of how spiritual beings are designed versus how we are nature versus nature. What is it? Nature versus nurture versus nature. I'm messing it up, right? I'm talking about how we can be you are designed a certain way as a spiritual being, and how you are shaped in a counterproductive society. Nurture versus nature, right? Thank you, boo. How we are being so that is a conflict. I'm designed to be humble. I am designed to revere. I am designed to be one. Therefore, I have this amazing ability to give worship, to give praise, honor, thanks, and gratitude to life. When you're in a predatory society, those innate abilities become manipulated. You get manipulated. We know that people love to feel seen. They love to appreciate. They love to be heard. They love to be valued. They need it even. We love to honor beauty. We love to respect. This is our nature. We love to respect power, right? We love to feel a oneness and connection. Spiritual design versus social construct, the conflict, right? So, when you are in a society that knows you're designed that way, and I'm just going to highlight the design. This is why our society has becoming so extremely moved by celebritism, right? We are, what the heck? Did y'all see something? I felt something. I don't know. I felt like I was tripping. That was weird. Okay. We are spiritually designed. Oh, so when it comes to, almost made me lose my train of thought. Okay. I'm in my Perry. I don't need nothing to help me. Okay. Lose my train of thought. So here's the thing. This is why the society can be such a victim to celebritism, politics, religion, things that we can get, people, I hear people judge cults mentality and cults mindset. How do people get brainwashed, and how do people do what somebody else is saying? We are innately designed as spiritual beings for humility and reverence. You mix that with a predatory society, and it is a lethal combination. It is a lethal combination. Our society is not, like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. It sure wasn't. Our society wasn't destroyed, or this dysfunctional way of being didn't come forth in a day. This was eons, decades, dynasties of destruction, of monetization of civilization, going to different continents, studying civilization at its peak, and studying ways to monopolize, monetize, and destroy. Okay? Dynasties. So here we are in 2026, and it's a science. They got this thing down to a science. How do we take manipulation and narcissism at its finest? How do we take a spiritual innateness of beingness and turn it in a way that profits capital? Well, what we then have to do is take everything that is God good, right? Mommy Mercy, we take everything good and we turn it. We change it. We can't have people out here being kind and gentle, and they'll build. We can't have people being confident. They'll trust. They won't trust. We can't have people out here being self-sufficient. They won't rely. We need dependency. We need death, and we need desperation. Dependency, death, desperation. Well, how sway? How you gonna do that? Just like child, I'm gonna kick myself for letting this be a blank one. Goodness. Y'all gonna have to help me. What am I talking? Not Jim Crow. What's the book? What's the book? Pit the old slave against the young slave, and the dark skin against the light skin. And what's the theory? Who is that? I don't know why I want to say Jim Crow, but it's not. Laws created. Who I'm gonna be mad at that one for a minute. It's gonna come to me, and I'm gonna have to come back and let y'all know. Perry. Okay. But the laws. We're talking about science. Implementation of death, destruction, and desperation. Okay, right? Y'all got it. So, how do we create this conflict between spiritual beingness and making the society capital gain? We have to go in and break down the faith, the mastery, the grandness that people have within themselves. How will you succumb to a structure bigger than you? What they say, bow down to something greater than you, right? How will you succumb to a structure that is massive, supreme, monopolizing, if you think you are master, supreme, and monopolizing? If you think you are the end all be all of your life, if you think you are the creator of your success, if you think you are the point of it all, okay, Anthony Hamilton, if you think you're the point of it all, why would you succumb to a societal structure as demeaning, as manipulative, and as destructive as capitalism? Right? Come on now, they got to break it down. So here's the thing. So I hear you, Mr. Carter. So, child, my brain is in two places at one time because I'm mad I cannot remember what this doctrine is called. Who I need a revolutionary in a lie. What is that doctrine? But it's okay, it'll come to me. Now, so what they have to do, back to the point, right? What they have to do in order to have our societal structure reign supreme, the way that it does, is just we have to do things like take our kindness for weakness. Kindness is a spiritual component of a being of light. Kindness. Kindness is what we use to have compassion, empathy, love for one another. Helps us teach one another, helps us grow one another, helps us show up for one another, helps us sustain and maintain relationships with one another. Kindness. Well, we live in a society where they take kindness for weakness. We've all heard it. And some of us been a lifelong victim of it, okay? Kindness for weakness. Well, where you gotta live that kindness equals weakness? Here, this is America. And I can't even limit it to America, real talk, right? The poison is global at this point when it comes to anti-moralistic, anti-spiritual relations, operations. So they take our kindness for weakness. So they create a society where being kind makes you a fool, gullible, naive. We're being hopeful. We're being loving. We're being embracing. We're being receptive. Makes you a fool. Because, why? Because you are a spiritual being in a predatory environment. So what do most of us do? We acclimate to a capitalistic structure. We acclimate to dog eat dog, survival of the fittest, sucker born every day. We acclimate, right? I'm not judging. I'm saying what happens, right? Spiritual scientists, y'all in the lab with me, okay? So, if a society can create norms, counterproductive to spiritual nature, like kindness for weakness. Don't you think they can create a norm that is counterproductive to spiritual mastery, manifestation, right? Yes, right? So if they can create a norm like kindness for weakness, I am proposing here at a Moment of Harmony that one of the reasons we don't believe we are the most valuable tool in a toolbox is because we have succumbed to them creating a counterproductive narrative as your highness is weakness. Being high is a weakness. And I'm not talking about the high that is, I deem a weakness or unnatural high, shall I say. I'm talking about your highness, your ability to be in your spirit operation primarily, your ability, mommy mercy, your ability to be spirit first, your ability to overcome, to see beyond, your vision over actualization, or vision over what's in your proximity, right? Your spiritual eye, your third eye over your two eyes, right? Your highness. We live in a society that has stripped that from us. They have, just like everything else, because Dream, Mommy Mercy, Mommy's live. Yes, live. I appreciate it. Okay. Mommy Mercy. Okay. Your highness for weakness. We live in a society when you start to sit and say, I don't think I'm the strongest tool in my toolbox. I hear what you're saying, Harmony, but if you knew the people I came from, if you knew how I grew up, if you knew what I've been through, if you knew about that time this person did this thing to me, if you knew about all these years that someone spent in a domestic violent relationship or spent in prison, if you knew about all the time somebody spent addicted to something, you wouldn't tell me I was my greatest tool in my toolbox. If you knew about all the wrong I've done or how many times I've fallen short, you wouldn't tell me that I'm my most valuable tool in my toolbox. And I'm saying, wrong again. What is that? I don't know why that came to me like that. I think that's Rafiki from The Lion King. I'm so glad my people are on here because not everybody can understand the randomness of my thoughts. Wrong again. So you would be wrong again, right? I would not at all say that you are not the strongest tool. What I would then say is that you have succumbed, subscribed to, become a victim of a society that has taught you that your highness is a weakness. Stop letting these people, this system, this way, this structure make you believe that your highness is a weakness. Your ability to see beyond your reality, your ability to feel beyond your trauma, your curses, your ability to desire beyond your circumstance. Your highness is not a weakness, just like your kindness is not a weakness. Don't let this structure of things keep you from where you are most likely supposed to be. Your highest possible outcome. We let that happen because, again, we get in a society that says you're only as good as your credit score, you're only as good as your college degrees, you're only as valuable as the price of your car, the price of your bag, you're only as good as your experiences where you traveled to this year. This is the society that teaches you your highness is capital, is material, is physical. And therefore, you think the greatest tool in your toolbox is your bank account, is your degree, is your how many years you've been married, how many years you've been celibate, how much you weigh. You think numbers are your tools. And you're not getting where you want to be, and you're sitting there saying, why? Houseway. I've done everything right. I got the credentialing. I did the dieting. I married the person. I had the kids. I do the job. Why am I empty? Why am I broken? Why am I frustrated? Why am I invisible? Why am I lonely? Why? Because, my love, you have believed that your highness, your true highness, was a weakness. That shot in the sky dream to become a superstar, a musician, a heart surgeon. You thought that the talent in you, you've been told, it's not economical, it's a hobby. It is your gift. It is your highness. It is your purpose. It is your mission. And you've been backburdering the things that you came here to do for capital gain. Now, I am not telling you to go and throw all the things away that you worked for. I'm not telling you don't pay your rent. Go paint a picture. Make a song. Harmony didn't say that. What I am saying is do not be mistaken that surviving this societal structure is going to allow you to thrive in your divine dynamic. They will never happen. Surviving this societal structure is not at all equivalent to thriving in your most divine dynamic. Please, mommy, mercy. This is how you know love is asleep. They have no policing out there. They're policing themselves. So, when you get, mommy, mercy, when you get to that point and you're starting to feel like, I want more, but I can't get more, I'm going to ask you, what are you using? What is your tool that you're using? And then, are you more invested in your tool than you are in mastering the dream? Master the dream, choose the right tool, change the canvas. Master the dreamer. I have to master my dream. How do we master our dreams? Protect it, build it, love it, nurture it, believe in it. The book said, the excerpt said, your most powerful tools of creation are your mind and your feelings. That means the best thing you could ever do for your dream, the most powerful thing you could ever do for your dream is believe in it. And don't stop believing in it. Don't let your mortgage make you stop believing in it. Don't let your changes of your life, girl, we changing, child, almost 40. We changing over here. Don't let it stop letting you believe in it. Don't let circumstances, challenges, conflicts, detours. The most powerful thing you can do for a dream is believe in it. Master the dreamer. Have the right tools, create the life. That's how that's got to go down. Do not let them convince you and take your highness for weakness, because you will surely stop thinking of yourself, your own God-given talents and gifts, your own spirit inside of you, your own brain in your body. You will stop believing that it is the most powerful thing you have to work with. And you'll say, nope, most powerful thing I can do, get to this work on time. Most powerful thing I can do, put this money to the side. Most powerful thing I can do, marry somebody beautiful, marry somebody rich. That's the best thing best thing you can do is you. I'm saying it here first. Everything else great. Icing on the cake, cherry if you must, sprinkles if you're just that happy. Okay? But the best thing you can always do is you. You're holding on to things. You're holding on to realities. You're anchoring yourselves to structures that are anti-divine manifesting momentum. Let's not do that anymore. as much as we can. Let's stop doing it. Let's stop saying, I need this, I need that. You need you. You need you, boo. And the more you need you, the more that you'll need to work with, you will have divine alignment. I need to align with the resources that move me towards the gain. And yes, some of the manifestations are material, physical, tangible, but they are not coming at all from a material, physical, tangible space. They are starting in the mental, emotional, spiritual. That's what they told you to come at backwards. Come get this loan. Come get this on. Why are you putting my business out there? Look at the business. Come get this loan, right? Come get this loan because I'm going to make all your dreams come true. No, right? But we will do that because I really need this thing to be successful. I really need that thing to be successful. But here's what will happen. I believe that I am worthy of a life that is stress-free. I am ready to work smarter, not harder. I am ready to move into a version and a vision of my life. And I actualize that. I believe it. I feel that. I stand on that. When life comes to me to say, are you really put up boundaries? Are you really ready for what you're saying? I say yes. My no means no. My now means now. And my health is, my spirit is first. Right? And then therefore I align. I have now put myself on a frequency of favor. Dream, be, I need your help, beautiful. Mommy mercy, child. It's driving me up. Okay. Don't let these people take your highness for weakness. Your highness is what's keeping you from understanding that you are the MVP in the toolbox. That's you, shorty. That's you. That's you and your oneness were created. That's you, the source energy. That's the creator. And you. In you. Okay? That's it. After that, it all just is alignment. It's not seeking. It's not labor. It's not pleading. It's not sliding down a wall. It's not reinvent. It is a realignment. I have become all I am seeking. And now I can align, Mommy Mercy, and now I can align with the reality that's waiting for me. Child, I got to manifest myself into a quiet space, okay? I need to see that a little bit more clear. All right, don't let them take your highness for weakness. Now, we're going to get this last part. We're going to get up out of here. I wanted this to be a short moment because of all the struggling. I don't make the moments, y'all. The moments make me, okay? Okay, here's the last part about understanding that you're the most valuable tool in your toolbox. You are the Toolshed Titan. You are the Toolshed Titan. Understanding that you're the most valuable tool in your toolbox comes from this, right? Your instrument, only as powerful as you are. To get that down, you have to stop subscribing to a mindset that's been indoctrinated and ingrained in you. That you are this just consumer of life and not a creator of life. Okay? And then finally, Mommy Mercy. Oh my God. Am I invisible? I'm starting to think, I know my voice is leaving, but is it gone? Can someone please cut off their device? Mommy Mercy, I'm live. This is the worst. They did the worst today. Nobody's getting nothing today. Nobody been asked me to take them nowhere. Nothing today. Okay. Now, the last part of why we struggle, and we speaking of struggle, the last part of why we struggle with being the most powerful tool in our toolbox is because we lack understanding on the developmental tools of creation. This is manifesting. So we don't think we're the powerful tool because we lack understanding of developing tools. Okay? Creation requires a developmental design. Creation requires a developmental design. When we are children, we have optimal imagination. We have not been tainted by responsibility, obligation, or reality, really. So we have this optimal imagination. We hope, we believe, and things are. Do you remember as a child when you said, for some reason the days were longer, or food tastes better, or nights were longer, Christmas was sweeter, what have you? It wasn't that you were in any different 24 hours. And it wasn't the fact that ice cream wasn't ice cream. I mean, we got some differences. But the main thing was you believed differently about everything back then. Remember, you believed your teacher lived at school and school was away. For your reality, you believed that your mom was just a mom and your childhood felt just away. You didn't see her as a person, a woman with feelings and all these things. And so childhood was simpler. That's all I'm saying. It was simpler because you believed simply. Then, as you started to change your beliefs, one more time, y'all. Beautiful, you and Dream are going to have to go in the room with Lovely right now. Do not come out for a moment. Yeah, okay. You believed simpler and life was simpler. As we grew up, we started to see different sides of life, right? We believe that keep your hands to yourself and people won't hit you. Do unto others as you would have them do. All the kindergarten stuff, right? Line leader, put your hand up, you'll be seen. If you're hurting, someone will stop and listen. You start to grow up, middle school, high school. You start getting ignored or bullied or all these things, and you stop believing in the simplicity of life. Why? Because you're faced with conflict, the conflict of reality. Stay with me, y'all. I got you, right? So when we begin to get face conflict of what we believed, we stop believing. We just stop believing, most of us. When you stop believing, you stop the momentum of your creative abilities. This is why children can jump off of the top of a sofa with a towel tied around their neck and think that they flew. Or watch me run real fast. Y'all seen children do that? Watch how fast I can run. They're not running fast at all. But what we know is it's in their head. It's in their head. I don't know if your mom ever used to let you blow traffic lights green, but my mom used to let us blow traffic lights green. And we thought we could, listen, I thought I was powerful. When I met conflict and challenge to my beliefs, I didn't restructure my imagination. I didn't restructure my hope. I'm not talking about me personally. I'm talking about us collectively, right? When we met conflict with our imagination and with our hope, we left it. We just ditched it, right? And they would say it's maturing. Oh, they don't believe in, this stuff anymore. Kids don't like to do this thing anymore. They're too old for these things, right? Because when your imagination met reality, instead of learning to tailor it, right? Y'all so silly in the chat today. Instead of learning to tailor it, we normally just leave it behind. And then here we are, 40, 35, 50, 65, and we lack the ability to manifest. And we say, why? How come I can't see this for myself? How come I'm struggling to believe this for myself? How come I'm struggling to envision this completely without the doubt, without the fear, without the boundary, without the barrier? Why am I having such a hard time manifesting? And it's because you lack the understanding that creative energy develops. So now I don't ditch hope, I tailor it. My hope looks different. No, I don't believe I can jump off the back of a sofa and fly. Don't believe in Santa Claus. I don't believe that the birthday wish I made is going to come true, right? Like we used to. I don't believe that's my car, right? But it doesn't mean I have to stop believing. I have to stop wishing. I have to stop hoping. I have to stop imagining. We lost and lose those skills. And therefore we say manifestation doesn't work. Boo-boo. It's you who doesn't work. It's you who doesn't work. You don't work. And the reason you don't work is because you're not understanding that it stopped with you, it's starting back with you. Release your trauma around reality meeting imagination. Release your trauma. Big ups to everybody who still sketches in sketchbooks or colors in coloring books or plays make-believe and pretend with their friends or speak those things as if they were. Speak things that are not as if they were. Big ups to you. Still imagining. So the creation is a developmental design. So no, I don't have a reckless faith. Doesn't mean I don't have crazy faith. I don't have unrealistic hope. It doesn't mean I don't have active hope. I don't have a robust, bountiful, creative imagination about what's possible for me. I do close my eyes and I picture my wedding and I believe it and I feel the feels and I hear the sounds. Now we're not talking no loony toony crazy, right? We're not talking about that's good enough for me. But what I'm saying is I have not lost the most great ability to imagine and create around and believe what I see in my mind to the point where my reality reflects it. So now when I imagine or I'm creative, I put some adult things on it, like focus, like theory, like practice, like intention. I take time to be creative. I take time to be silly. I take time to imagine. I write lists of things that could be because I don't stop them, because that's what we were trained to do. I maturize them and I call it manifestation. Manifestation is just childhood imagination all grown up. It is childhood imagination with a blazer on, okay? And a workday account. Stop not believing and then saying that manifestation that is counterproductive. How are you going to say I don't believe it's happening? I don't believe, yeah, in my wildest dream, when hell freezes over, yeah, it'll happen. I hear people say stuff like that all the time. You know when I'm going to be famous? Once I used to hear the doc say that all the time. I'm going to get big once I'm dead and gone. We'll say stuff like that. Well, then that's what's going to happen. So saith you, okay? But keep believing. The greatest tool in your toolbox is you. Right here. Right here. All this right here, best thing you're working with, okay? It is your spiritual alignment. It is your mind, body, soul alignment. Best thing you got to work with. Put me in another state, in another country, in the middle of this desert, because I create. Put me in another relationship, put me in another job, put me in another. I create. I am not at all thinking that any of these tools tool, tool. None of these tools are keeping me, making me, or creating my reality. These are beautiful tools. They are blessings contributing to my reality, but they are not what's making it happen. Tools. I create. I am the MVP of my toolbox. What is inside of me works everywhere in this life. It works in home, it works at school, it works at work, it works in love, it works in friendship, it works in siblinghood, it works in healing, it works in growing, it works in learning. Everything in me will work wherever I work it. So let me be the greatest tool. Invest in myself, nurture myself, believe in myself, be true to myself. Greatest tool in my toolbox right here, looking at the Toolshed Titan, right? And then let me grow it. Let me nurture it. Let me mold it. And let me magnetize extremely wonderful tools like networks and platforms and teachers and elders and councils and circles, and let me have beautiful tools and let me create a beautiful life. All right, y'all, we got one more week. Next week, when you see your girl, she be 40. Yeah. 40, shorty. Next time you see me, I'm going to be 40. And I would have walked into a new season. And so would have you, because we've been in the last year of a lot of things. So when you see me back again, I'll be in a beautiful birthday vacation space. Can't wait to show it to you. I'll have a brand new look. I'll be 40 years old, and I'll be in the next level of self, okay? And you're going to be right there with me, because guess what? We're doing this together, lockstep. It's hand in hand. Now, as we're doing this in lockstep, I want us to know that next week we're going to close out this manifestation big time, this whole manifestation moment, because I want to make sure that as you graduate and you move into a master manifester, you don't ever need anything else but your own self to create the life that is waiting for you. Not even create, align with the life that's got your name on it. I love you all so very, very much. Thank you for thugging out the exhaustion with me. Y'all are some G's for that. I will see you next week for a 40th Moment of Harmony. And I love y'all. Take really good care of yourself. Listen, you're the Toolshed Titan. Take good care of the best tool in your toolbox. And then, after you done tuned up, reset, restore, relaxed, go on and take really, really good care of someone else. I love you all so very much. I'll see you next week for another Moment of Harmony, a birthday turned up moment. I love you. Yes, go get my medicine. Yes, love y'all.